It was in the spring of 1989 that I traveled from Los Angeles to Istanbul. This was my last trip that I took for the mission that we were with before we actually moved to England to help set up the international headquarters for the mission. Anyway, I was there for a couple of weeks, and I was there as a guest of a missionary group. There were a couple of them actually that I wound up ministering with and to, but I was invited for this one to come, and I met them, and I was helping with a leadership change and different things like that. So that was that was good. That was really one of the first hands-on meetings that I had as in my pastoral role with this mission. While we were there, of course, you want to see some things in Istanbul, and of course the name was Constantinople, changed to Istanbul a long time ago. First of all, I visited what's called the Blue Mosque, which is a very famous mosque in the city, and it's really beautiful on the inside. It really is. But the main thing there is what's called the Hagia Sophia, which is Greek and it means holy wisdom. The Hagia Sophia was built as a basilica church in 537. It opened in late December in the year 537. And it was a church until the Ottoman Empire came in and conquered Constantinople 14 in the 1450s, I think it's 1453. So after that, it became a mosque. Later, the 20th century was converted into a museum. And when I was there, it was a museum. Later, it was reconverted back to a mosque. But the museum it was fascinating just to be able to walk in and it was organized like a museum and not a religious place. And we were able to walk all around upstairs and around and saw these different archways where there were mosaics, Christian mosaics, which had been covered by plaster under Islamic rule. And there was kind of an earthquake or whatever, and a lot of that was uncovered, and then they did the rest, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And actually helped to keep them, conserve them, because of the fact that they were covered for probably hundreds of years. So that was it was a real privilege to visit that. The dome is over 100 feet in diameter. It's very impressive as a structure. You might want to Google that and check that out. There's a door, the mother of all doors, just the biggest, huge wooden door I've ever seen that you enter in from the lobby area. I guess we call it that into the main part of the of what was the sanctuary. So that was really it was really good to visit that and fun. I mean, just and look see some of the history that had developed in that city as a not only the empire was based there, but the church for so many years based out of that city, and that church was very key to all of that. But there's another church that I visited, and one of the teams I was working with were working with Iranian refugees, and many had come to faith in Christ, and there was in this church fellowship that I met a man and his wife who were really legendary, had been for decades missionaries in Iran, and were forced to leave, and were now at that time anyway they were in Istanbul. Got to meet this couple, found them to be a really spiritual man and woman, and done a great work for the Lord, yet very humble. And God was using them to continue to build His church among Iranians, among the Persians, and it was a great experience to meet some of them. I had a chance to sit with one couple who were getting ready to go to Northern Europe. They have been accepted to go and to immigrate there. They had come to Christ and they felt a call to ministry. So I was asked to counsel with them, and I did. Their English was good enough for, I guess, I had translators. Anyway, had a chance to meet with this young couple and to pray with them and in a sense to help launch them into the country of Norway. So that was good. So looking back, the church from the early 6th century, then the church then in the late 20th century, and the church is there. It's not a building, obviously, and it was a privilege to see what the Lord is doing in that city, and from that city, as this Iranian couple are sent, as kind of missionaries among their own Farsi-speaking people um, in Norway. So that was a great trip. That was a great trip, and I'm thankful to the Lord that I was able to go to Constantinople.